Here I'm going to guide you through some simple problems determining the leading term and then using that to draw the end behavior of polynomial functions. Now I say it's easy, but it is pretty simple, but it's very frequently missed because polynomials can be represented many different ways. So we'll kind of hopefully hash that out as we work through the examples. So the instructions for all these problems are determine the leading term and end behavior for each function. Determine the leading term and end behavior for each function. Problem 1, the function that I'll give you is f of x equals 1/2 x minus 3/4 x to the 6th. Now when you look at this polynomial is simplified, meaning there's nothing to multiply together or anything, so the leading term is very quick to identify. You may want to think about rewriting the polynomial in descending order, and then the leading term will literally be the first term that you see. Okay? And once you've got that, you should be able to draw the end behavior. So pause the video, work this problem out, and when you think you've got it, come back and check your leading term and end behavior. So the correct answer for this one is the leading term is negative 3/4 x to the 6th, and the end behavior, this is your xy plane, the left end goes down and left, the right end goes down and right. Okay, so that's example 1, problem 1. Let's move on to problem 2, same instructions. So the problem in number 2 is f of x equals 2x squared times x minus 1 to the 4th times x plus 2. Now in this polynomial, this is certainly not simplified. There's a lot of stuff to multiply together. So think about if you were to multiply all of this together, what the very first term would be in descending order. This takes some practice. Hopefully you've already watched my instructional video on how to do this. But if you were to multiply all of this stuff together, what would the first term be? So pause the video, work out the problem, and then come back and check your answers. So here, the leading term is 2x to the 7th. And the end behavior, the left side goes down and the right side goes up. Okay? Problem 3. G of x equals 12x squared minus 3x cubed plus 5x. Not going to give any hints here. See if you can determine the leading term and then use it to find your end behavior. When you're done, come back to the video to see your answers, to see the correct answers. So the leading term here is negative 3x cubed. In the end behavior, the left end goes up and the right end goes down. Problem 4. Y equals 2x plus 1 cubed times x minus 3 to the 4th, that's a 4, times x plus 5. Again, no hints on this one. Determine the leading term and end behavior, and then come back and check your answer. The leading term is 8x to the 8th, which means that your end behavior goes up on the left and the right. Okay, so make sure you understand where all these answers came from and master this idea of end behavior, whether your polynomial is factored, like numbers 2 and 4, or whether your polynomial is simplified, like problems 1 and 3. Okay, there's a small difference there, but make sure you understand that difference.